Morning. Can everybody hear me fine?
He's a lot taller than me.
Thanks, Cap. Thank you, Captain, for those kind words. I know how busy you are, and on behalf of everyone here, thank you for your time today. I wish you and your entire crew continued success. I would also like to thank the many people who helped in putting this retirement ceremony together. I know from personal experience how much effort goes into a celebration of this magnitude, and I would like to thank the administration department for their help and patience in seeing me off in such fine fashion. You are all first-rate professionals, and it has never been more evident than here today. Thank you all very much. Officers and men of the John C. Stennis, fellow Chief Petty Officers, family and friends, thank you for being here today and sharing in this special moment with me. It has been said that the longest journey starts with a single step. Well, my journey began in the 7th grade as a strapping 78-pounder on a wrestling team. I joined the team because I wanted to be part of something and maybe find out something about myself. The problem was, I was not a very good wrestler. My body was just not strong enough. One day the coach came up to me and said, "You're cut off the team. Clean out your locker." When the team's best wrestler, Phil Freeman, heard about this, he went to the coach and said, "If he goes, I go." The coach could see that Phil meant what he said, so I got to stay on the team, and in fact, I wrestled all the way through high school. Now, I would love to tell you that I blossomed into an all-state grappler with countless victories under my belt. That did not happen. To be honest, I did not win one match, ever. But I did win a friendship, one that has grown over the past 30 years and continues to this day. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce my best friend, the principal of Pioneer Middle School, Canton, Michigan, Mr. Philip Freeman. Phil, stand up. Phil, the Navy's core values are courage, honor, and commitment. I've always found them easy because you've been teaching me them since our days on the wrestling mat. Thanks, my friend. I would also like to acknowledge someone very special here today, Mr. Rusty Talau, Chief Personnelman, retired. I don't know if Rusty's here today, but he ran the administration department on board my first assignment, USS Point Defiance, and was a big influence behind then Seaman Recruit Quinn's development into the sailor you see here today. It's a pleasure to have him here. It's a long way from the Point D, eh, Rusty? You know, a funny thing happens when you put in your retirement papers. A floodgate opens in your mind, and so many memories come rushing back. If you will indulge me, I'd like to share a few with you. My brother Michael coming home from Navy boot camp in 1973 with short hair and dog tags. I was 11 years old then, and I thought that was so cool. Telling my family my decision to join the Navy. Brothers Steve and Mike, who served in the Navy, held me down and beat me up. See, I remember that. While my two younger brothers, Jim and Joe, wanted to know if they could have the big bed in the bedroom. Having my mom and dad come to my boot camp graduation and seeing the mixture of pride, disbelief, and happiness on their faces as I walked up to them in my dress blues for the first time. My parents are very much in my thoughts as I stand here, and I miss them very much. I remember crossing Shit River in the PI for the first time as a seaman recruit. I don't remember much after that. Getting orders to SEAL Team 3 and asking the question, what kind of ship is that? I remember Robert Steedham. I think about the Marines in Beirut. Working at U.S. Central Command and being on the phone with U.S. warships as they were attacked by Iranian speedboats. Remember the USS Samuel B. Roberts and the USS Princeton hitting floating mines during Operation Earnest Will. I remember the USS Stark and the USS Vincennes. Being in the Egyptian desert for weeks at a time with my trusty Xerox 860. Typing post-exercise reports at 0200 with a Marine 4-star general proofreading over my shoulder as I sweated on the keyboard. Didn't make me type any faster. I remember 19 April 1989, and I remember the 47. The crew of the USS Iowa was the finest group of sailors I've ever sailed with. I have been and will always be a battleship sailor. I remember 16 September 1993, the day that I became a Chief Petty Officer. To have my mom and sister, Susan, pin on my anchors is something that I will always cherish. Remember that, Susan? Being a Chief Petty Officer is something that is not only the highlight of my naval career, but of my life. I'll remember the words of the original creed always. I think about Thanksgiving night, 1994, when the Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral Borda, came into my office and helped me type into cruise awards. I don't know who got a bigger thrill, me, having the highest ranking naval officer sitting in my chair, or the Admiral, as he typed away with a big old grin on his face. I remember the USS Cole. And I remember the John C. Stennis for many things, but most importantly, being ready to fight when our nation called. And fight she did, leaving 2 months early on deployment, making the world safe not only for your children, but for your children's children. I ask that you look at the faces of these fine sailors assembled here today. Volunteers all, average age 23 years, and remember them the next time you hear about a carrier being deployed to the Arabian Sea. I've been asked, what's your favorite memory, John? What are you going to miss? For me, the answer is simple. I will miss wearing a uniform. There is no profession that garners the respect of the American people more than someone in military uniform. But with that respect comes a heavy responsibility to the sailors that I leave behind. Do not forget the sacrifices of those who went before you, who died defending the uniform you proudly wear today. Your nation is watching. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve my country. Just like the wrestling team, all I ever wanted was a chance. And for the past 20 years, the Navy's put me out on the mat and said, go ahead, kid, let's see what you got. And you know what? I think we both won. May God bless you all. May God continue to bless this great nation. Thank you.